How's that passion fruit, boy?
Good.
Good? What's it taste? Tastes pretty good?
Yeah.
Well, that's some good stuff. But let's see what happens, eh? Stick some batteries in. Okay. We have batteries.
Yep.
So this is 24 volt. We'll close that up. We have diesel, we have hydraulic oil, we've got engine oil, and a dipstick. Yep, we're good. Eh? Dipstick, yep. Who's a dipstick? We've got water. Looks a bit yuck, but it's got water. It's holding water. Right, got rid of some of the birds' nests all around it. Pretty gross.
And the board.
Yeah, there was. I don't know if I didn't see any birds or eggs, but let's see if she turns over. Wait there, son. It's my office chair. Alrighty. Do we have any love? Oh, got a 100-year-old radio crackling away. Well, that was cool. Got it started and we've moved it a bit. So far so good. Pretty rusty. One of the wee footholds just fell out in front of me. This thing here, it was kind of sitting like that and it just broke off. So yeah, she's pretty rusty, needs a bit of love. Plan is to kind of get it closer down there and do that. So yeah, cool, we'll carry on. So I brought the Mitsubishi down to the lower part of the farm, and this is I'm going to use this to tow the wee crawler, the wee bulldozer, if I have any trouble starting it. So it's just a bit of a backup really. I bring this down, and if I can't get the wee bulldozer started, I will use this to tow the bulldozer back to here. So this is ultimately where the bulldozer is going to end up being. So I think a bit of a plan is to, realistically, if I can't get this going, I'm going to tow it out of here, and I need to be able to lift this blade. So I think what I'm going to do is I've loosened up the pins here and here. The ram's pretty ugly looking. Yeah. I think the cool thing is you can probably take these apart and rebuild the seal, put a new seal in, and might be able to clean this up. Not too sure yet, we'll just have to dig a bit deeper, but for the time being I think I can take this off, and I'll probably end up using the excavator to reach right over the top of it and lift up this blade, and I might even run a couple of bits of steel. You can see these big heavy duty plates here. I'll run a bit of steel right along, and I'll lift this up, and I'll put the plate, that bit of bar through under there just to hold this off the ground while I tow it. Very basic looking hydraulic system. It's kind of like a chain driven system off the engine into a hydraulic pump, and we have a wee oil reservoir here and a controller. Very simple. Hydraulics are very cool, but this one's got, you can see the wee shaft down into the unit. So this is pretty much stuffed, but I do have one of these spare at home, so I can rig up if I need to. Yeah, I don't know sort of the condition. I mean, the rust is bad in places, but it's actually all just sort of surface rust. There's not really any major chunky rust that I can see sort of falling off the machine, which is kind of cool. Doesn't have a PTO on the back of it, which, yeah, I'm not too sure about it. I think some of them, the TD6 I think had the PTO. This is the BTD, so I'm not sure the difference, but yeah, they got these I think these are inspection hatches at the back of the machine. Not too sure. I think they might be for adjusting tension on the clutches. Or I'm actually waiting, so I jumped on eBay and I bought a workshop service manual for this machine, so I'm waiting on that to arrive. Today's day and age with the bloody COVID around the world, seems to be about 1,000,000 years before you get anything, but that's all right. I'm pretty patient. But yeah, exciting. Today we're going to try and turn it over. I'm going to put a battery in first and see what happens, and then I might take the starter motor out, and if I can't get any movement, I'll take the starter motor out and put a crowbar in there and try and turn the flywheel gently off the teeth. So we'll see what happens there. Okay. And it starts to rain. Awesome. Right, I managed to get the starter motor out today and put some water in it. I didn't really get the crowbar. Fortunately, it's the wrong one, or the wrong size sort of head to get into that hole down there. You can see the hole's pretty small. I'll zoom right in there. You can see down in there. So you can see also that the big cog that I want to put my crowbar on to try and turn that big wheel in there. And that's the main kind of flywheel for the engine. It's inside the gearbox, and then the gears kind of turn on that. So yeah, had another little problem too, which was that the when I put on the battery, that I put the negative terminal on, which is fine, and then I put the positive terminal on, and it zapped real bad. So something's shorting out somewhere. So I'll have a wee look into that. I'll take the starter motor home, give it a bit of a clean, and give it a bit of a test fire and see if it's actually going okay or anything. It might be something earthing. I can see the strap here from the positive comes along here, along this rail and into here, this big cable here. So I'll give that a bit of a test over and see what's going on and see if I can rectify the problem. The starter motor was also rubbing on one of the metal lines down in here. You can kind of see a shiny spot, which isn't very good, but I actually think the back of the starter motor might be some sort of plastic material, so it doesn't matter too much, but we'll have a look. And what a way to finish a day. I come over here to sit down and I found nature's finest. Look at this. Magic. Little blackberries ready for the picking. Cheers, team.